representative from the European Union Programme Agency to address the audience.
Good evening, Honourable Parliamentary Secretary, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to be here representing the UPA with the various programmes the agency has offered since its opening in the year 2000. The European Union's Programmes Agency, formerly EUPU, was a national structure to ensure coordinated approach to the management of 5 EU programmes, which were Socrates, Leonardo da Vinci 2, Youth, the 5th Framework Programme, and Culture 2000. As of 2007, EUPA is comprised of the new generation of educational programmes, basically the Lifelong Learning Programme, which consists of Comenius, Grundtvig, Erasmus, Leonardo da Vinci, Transversal Actions, Youth in Action, Eurodesk, and the Euromed Youth Platform. The Youth in Action programme is the European Union, as the European Union has said, for young people. It aims to inspire a sense of active European citizenship, solidarity, and tolerance among young Europeans, and to help involve them in the shaping of the Union's future. It promotes mobility within and beyond the EU borders, non-formal learning, and intercultural dialogue, and encourages the inclusion of all young people, regardless of their educational, social, and cultural background. Youth in Action is a programme for all young people. Every year, thousands of projects are submitted by promoters in order to get financial support from the programme, and a selection process aims at granting the best projects. What are the objectives of this Youth in Action programme? Basically, the Youth in Action programme is the EU's mobility and non-formal education programme targeting young people between the ages of 13 and 30. Its general objectives are to promote young people's active citizenship in general and their European citizenship in particular, to develop solidarity and promote tolerance among young people, in particular to foster social cohesion in the European Union, to foster mutual understanding between young people in different countries, contribute to developing the quality of support systems for youth activities and the capabilities of civil society organisations in the youth field, and to promote European cooperation in the youth field. The Youth in Action programme is comprised of 5 different programmes, so basically 5 different actions, which consist of youth exchanges, youth initiatives, youth democracy projects, the European Voluntary Service, where we help young people to leave Malta and do some sort of voluntary service in European countries, cooperation with neighbouring countries of the European Union, which is a youth exchange, however it is with neighbouring countries too, not only EU member states, training and networking of those active in youth work and youth organisations, and meetings of young people who are interested in policy, basically including people who are the Parliamentary Secretary, for example, will be represented in such meetings. With regards to the Young Business Entrepreneurs, it is a new NGO to help young people foster entrepreneurship skills. With the help of the NGO's founder, Yukar Sultana, 5 young professionals have gained from funds under the Youth in Action programme to establish this NGO. The mission is to empower young people to set up their own business through a youth initiative. A recent study conducted by the Youth on the Move initiative shows that 43% of Maltese young people would like to set up some kind of business. The funds gained by this NGO is to help them study which sectors are aspiring entrepreneurs, what hurdles they may have, and how organizations can be of use. All of the young people involved in this NGO have a background in ICT and engineering. These young entrepreneurs, through the Youth in Action programme, have researched a pilot project in Gozo to identify the issues holding young people from taking the plunge into the business world. With the help of this funding from the Youth in Action programme, the group of young business entrepreneurs will establish itself as a resourceful platform and networking facilitator, to which other young entrepreneurs can turn for support. It will serve the scope of empowering young people to foster entrepreneurial skills in order to try and generate a business activity by seeking new and innovative opportunities for the benefit of our society and its economy. With the help of this funding, the organisation will aspire to be a leading local network for young entrepreneurs, while aiming to be a starting point for a number of future micro, small, medium and large enterprises. Since the start of the economic crisis in mid-2008, the role of the entrepreneur in a driving economy and job creation is understood more than ever before. In fact, the need to develop innovative business ideas has become more and more important, particularly in such a current economic crisis. It was a good idea to set up this NGO to target young entrepreneurs. Today, the need of having more quality job opportunities is of utmost importance. The current economic scenario in Europe and the percentage of unemployed does not augur well for future generations. This is causing less spending power, less job quality opportunities, and young people are finding it hard to become independent. Therefore, the importance of empowering the young generation to take up the initiative and set up a business activity is important, as our economy will grow, and society will benefit as a whole. Young business entrepreneurs will serve the purpose of empowering young people to start their own business. Therefore, the organization will mainly target young people between the ages of 13 and 30. The project, thanks to the Youth in Action funds, is leaving impact to motivate volunteers, improve self-esteem, and to have better leaders for the youth program. This initiative will also improve creative skills, teamwork, more knowledge on entrepreneurship and employment leadership skills, and youth empowerment. The Youth in Action program, as a form of non-formal education, is a key element to the development of a person and his or her contribution towards society. The importance to provide a solid education to our future generation is vital. The Youth in Action program helps to provide an educational system that will provide enough space for young people to learn how to think and develop their own ideas. Therefore, young business entrepreneurs is working and lobbying to include more topics such as entrepreneurship and creative thinking at early stages of education. As you all might know, 2014 is the start of a new educational program, and the future of Erasmus for All is the new EU program for education, training, youth and sport proposed by the European Commission on the 23rd of November 2011. This proposal is now under discussion by the Council and the European Parliament, who will take the final decision. Erasmus for All is going to bring together all the current EU programs and international schemes for education, training, youth and sport, replacing 7 existing programs with 1. This will increase efficiency, make it easier to apply for grants, as well as reducing duplication and fragmentation. It is due to start in 2014. The new program is structured on 3 main pillars, mainly mobility in general, strategic partnerships, and policy, which will bring local policy making on a European level. Therefore, previous programs have been consolidated into these 3 pillars. Up to 5 million people, almost twice as many as today, will get the chance to study or train abroad with a grant from Erasmus for All. Among them would be nearly 3 million in higher education and vocational students. Full-time master's students would also benefit from a new loan guarantee scheme set up with the European Investment Group. Erasmus for All is based on the premise that investing in education and training is the key to unlocking people's potential, regardless of their age or background. It helps people to increase their personal development, gain new skills, and boost job prospects. The world was different when the existing programs were created. We are currently experiencing one of the most turbulent economic periods of our time. The EU has responded with a coordinated strategy for growth and jobs called Europe Strategy 2020, and education and training are an integral part of this. The European job market is also changing. The number of high-skilled jobs is growing, while the number of low-skilled is decreasing. It is estimated that by 2020, nearly 35% of all jobs will require high skills, innovation capacity, and the ability to adapt. One of the headline targets in Europe 2020 strategy is to raise higher education attainment to 40%, which currently is 32%. Erasmus for All can contribute by helping people to gain more and better skills through opportunities to study and train abroad. The other educational headline targeting Europe 2020 is to reduce the share of early school leavers from 14% to 10%. To contribute to this goal, Erasmus for All will support modernization at all levels of education and training, including school education, from early childhood to secondary level and initial vocational training. Non-formal learning will be supported as well through youth exchanges and volunteering. On behalf of the Youth in Action programme, I would like to thank you, Karl, for this well-organised youth initiative, and we hope to bear the fruit of the business sector in the near future. Thank you.
Well, you only need the light when it's burning low.